60s teen heartthrob Bobby Sherman dies at age 81, a home in Encino, where he famously built Replica Disneyland for his kids. Conic musician and former teen heartthrob Bobby Sherman has passed away at the age of 81 inside his Encino, California, home, months after revealing that he had been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Sherman's wife, Brigitte, announced the news of his death in a heartfelt statement that was shared on Instagram by the couple's longtime friend, actor John Stamos. "It is with the heaviest heart that I share the passing of my beloved husband, Bobby Sherman," Brigitte wrote. "Bobby left this world holding my hand, just as he held up our life with love, courage, and unwavering grace through all 29 beautiful years of marriage. I was a Cinderella, and he was my Prince Charming. Even in his final days, he stayed strong for me. That's who Bobby was, brave, gentle, and full of light." Brigitte went on to praise her late husband for his unwavering generosity, detailing how he traded his chart-topping music career to dedicate his life to helping others as a CPR teacher and an emergency services worker. Former teen heartthrob Bobby Sherman has died from stage 4 cancer at the age of 81 to Disney General Entertainment content via Getty Images, known around the world for his music and acting. He brought joy to millions through songs like Julie, Do You Love Me, Easy Come, Easy Go, and Little Woman, and through his beloved role in Here Come the Brides, she went on. But to those who truly knew him, Bobby was something much more. He was a man of service. He traded sold-out concerts and magazine covers for the back of an ambulance, becoming an EMT and a trainer with the LAPD. He saved lives. He showed us what real heroism looks like: quiet, selfless, and deeply human. Sherman is survived by his wife, as well as his 2 sons, Tyler and Christopher, who he shared with his former spouse, Patty Carnell, and 6 grandchildren. In March, Brigitte shared the news of her husband's kidney cancer diagnosis, telling Fox News that Sherman's body was shutting down, and revealing that the singer was undergoing hospice care at their Encino home. "He was doing crossword puzzles with me in the last few days. And then all of a sudden Saturday, he turned around and he's just sleeping more, and his body's not working anymore. It's not. Everything's shutting down," she told the outlet. She added that her husband had been receiving treatment at hospital, but that he had expressed his desire to spend his final days at home with his loved ones, recalling his last words from the hospital last night were, "Brig, I just want to go home." The iconic musician shot to fame in the late 1960s when his hit song Little Woman rocketed up the charts, turning him into a singing legend, while his role in the comedy Western series Here Come the Brides transformed him into an on-screen star. At the height of his fame, Sherman confessed that balancing his acting and musical careers became quite the tricky task, explaining that he was constantly traveling back and forth between sets and the stage. In a 1985 interview, Sherman revealed that he'd originally intended to build a treehouse for the kids, but changed his mind over fears that would be too dangerous to ABC. "I'd film 5 days a week, get on a plane on a Friday night, and go someplace for matinee and evening concerts Saturday and Sunday, then get on a plane and go back to the studio to start filming again," he told the Washington Post in 1998. "It was so hectic for 3 years that I didn't know what home was. I was disoriented. I never knew where I was. Always had to be reminded. But in all honesty, I must say I had the best of times because the concerts were great. The fans were great. It was a proverbial love-in, but it just zapped so much out of me." However, in the late 1980s, Sherman, who was born in Santa Monica, California, took a step back from the spotlight, instead choosing to focus on a life of service, although he continued to dabble in minor on-screen roles until the late 1990s. Behind the scenes, Sherman was said to be a doting father to his kids, earning wide praise in the 1980s when it was revealed that he had constructed a replica of Disneyland's iconic Main Street for the boys in the backyard of their Encino home. In an interview with Dateline that was filmed in 1985, Sherman revealed that he'd originally intended to build his sons a treehouse, but he felt that they were too young to safely enjoy it. "Originally what I was going to do was build my boys a treehouse, but they were rather young, and I kept having these nightmares of them falling out," he confessed. "So I said, well, I'll try something else. I'll build a Western Street." The more I thought about that, the more I thought, well, even if it's brand new, to be authentic looking, It'll look old and beat up. So I decided I'll build the first 2 blocks of Main Street at Disneyland. Sherman noted that he had done a lot of work with Disney throughout his career. So he reached out to the company, who kindly sent him the specs of the section of Main Street that he wanted to build. Still, the project was a much more complex undertaking than he had anticipated. He confessed, revealing, "I was thinking it was going to take 3 months. 2.5 years later of hard labor, I finished the first 2 blocks of Main Street, Disneyland." Charlie Langston is the executive editor at realtor.com. She previously worked at dailymail.com as the associate editor covering news, celebrities, travel, lifestyle, and the British Royals. In 2019, she was part of the Daily Mail TV team that won a Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Entertainment News Program. Charlie earned a BA in English Literature and Theater Studies from the University of Warwick and an MA in Newspaper Journalism from City University in London. Originally from London, she has been based in New York City for 10 years. Bobby Sherman, heartthrob singer and TV actor of the 1970s, dies at 81. Bobby Sherman, a singer and actor who became a quintessential shaggy-haired teen idol of the late 1960s and early 70s, died Tuesday at age 81. His wife, Brigitte Sherman, had announced 3 months ago that the entertainer had been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. In posting the news of his death to Instagram Tuesday morning, Sherman wrote, "It is with the heaviest heart that I share the passing of my beloved husband, Bobby Sherman. Bobby left this world holding my hand, just as he held up our life with love, courage, and unwavering grace through all 29 beautiful years of marriage. I was a Cinderella, and he was my Prince Charming. Even in his final days, he stayed strong for me. That's who Bobby was, brave, gentle, and full of light." She continued, "As he rested, I read him fan letters from all over the world, words of love and gratitude that lifted his spirits and reminded him of how deeply he was cherished. He soaked up every word with that familiar sparkle in his eye. And yes, he still found time to crack well-timed jokes. Bobby had a wonderful, wicked sense of humor. It never left him. He could light up a room with a look, a quip, or one of his classic one-liners." Sherman's wife pointed to how he had reinvented himself in his post-idol decades, finding new roles far from the screen or concert stage. He was a man of service. He traded sold-out concerts and magazine covers for the back of an ambulance, becoming an EMT and a trainer with the LAPD. He saved lives. He showed us what real heroism looks like: quiet, selfless, and deeply human. His friend John Stamos confirmed the news, reposting Bridget's message and adding, "From one ex-teen idol to another. Rest in peace, Bobby Sherman." The news had been anticipated ever since his wife revealed to fans in social media posts in late March and early April that the entertainer had been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, explaining why he would no longer be able to make personal appearances. "Thank you so much for still remembering him," she wrote then on her Facebook page. "We really appreciate it." She had elaborated on his condition in an interview with Fox News Digital published April 2nd, saying that Sherman was at home with special care at that time after the previous night being in the hospital, and telling her, "Brig, I just want to go home." Sherman added that he was suffering from kidney cancer that had spread everywhere. "He was doing crossword puzzles with me in the last few days. And then all of a sudden Saturday, he turned around and he's just sleeping more and his body's not working anymore. Everything's shutting down." Sherman came to fame as a regular for 2 seasons on the ABC series Here Come the Brides in 1968 to 1970, and quickly parlayed that into an even bigger career as a singing star. Sherman was especially beloved by adolescent and preteen girls for his hit singles and television appearances, coming to be literally the poster boy for the power of bubblegum music for a few years. With his suitable-for-wall pasting photo spreads in magazines like Tiger Beat and 16, Sherman was rivaled only by Donny Osmond and David Cassidy in his power to mesmerize with soothing voice and cuddly good looks. At his peak, in 1969 to 70, he had 4 singles reach the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100 and achieve gold-selling status: Little Woman, number 3, La La La, If I Had You, number 9, Easy Come, Easy Go, number 9, and perhaps his best-known song, or the one most likely to be spontaneously belted out by fans of a certain age, Julie, Do You Love Me, number 5. Other hits that didn't reach quite that high but still impacted the Hot 100 or adult contemporary charts included Hey, Mr. Sun, Cried Like A, Baby, The Drum, and Jennifer. He also had 3 albums achieve gold status. Sherman got his first break while he was attending Pierce College in the San Fernando Valley. As he would later recall it, he was dating a girl who knew a famous Hollywood director and was invited to a July 4th party at a beachside home, which turned out to be filled with celebrities. He knew some of the members of the band that was performing at the party from high school, and when he was encouraged to jump up and sing a couple of numbers with them, it turned out to be fateful. When I started singing, kids started jumping up on the wall from the public side, I guess, to see who was singing, he told Ryder and Moses. After it was all over, Jane Fonda and Natalie Wood came up to me and said, "We think you're very talented. Are you being managed?" I said, "No, not really." And they said, "Well, you should do something about it." Within the week, he said, Wood had arranged meetings for him with both MGM and an agent, and soon he was booked by Jack Good on the teen music show Shindig. I, of course, had never made a record, and I didn't have anything on tape, he recalled. So he lip-synced his audition to a recording of the then-hit Palisades Park. After I did the number, Jack said, "Groovy, please wait outside." A few minutes later, he came out and said, "How would you like to do 26 of our shows?" Just like that, I was in the business. Sherman soon came to realize he would be the selling point to a network for Shindig, which had gone through pilots but remained in limbo. They were looking for the all-American kind of kids, because everything else was very long hair and British at the time. Jack Good put me on the subsequent pilot as this kid with cropped hair, very straight, singing back home in Indiana. Although he picked up a following, the show was canceled, and Sherman went into what he called 8 months of dark days, wondering if his one shot had come and gone. He did manage to book episodes of The Monkees, The FBI, and Honey West, when he met future manager Ward Sylvester and Screen Gems VP Stree Blonner, who asked him, "I have a show that you might be good for. Can you stutter?" Putting him up for the pilot of Here Come the Brides. The hour-long comedy western show ran for 2 seasons, from fall 1968 through spring 1970, with Sherman coming to stardom as younger brother Jeremy Bolt alongside co-star David Soul. Later acting roles included guest shots on The Partridge Family, The Mod Squad, Emergency, Murder, She Wrote, The FBI, and Frasier, plus a regular role on the short-lived USA Network series, Sanchez of Bel Air in 1986. He appeared in 2 films, the 1975 family film, He Is My Brother, and the 1983 cult favorite Get Crazy, a rock-themed film in which he was ironically paired with Fabian as the comedy's henchman villains.